Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Foreclosure Help 777, where we talk about everything foreclosure related. Hey guys, thank you for subscribing to my channel if you're new. What I do is talk about foreclosure cases. I'm not an attorney and I don't do legal advice, but I do talk about other people's cases and my own case where I fought foreclosure. And the information that I want to share with you is pretty much for entertainment purposes only, if you know what I mean, guys. So just so you know, today we're going to talk about some foreclosure complaints and what you guys should be looking for when you're making your complaints. So let's take a look at one, and hopefully this information will be very helpful. We're going to talk about Rachel's case for a moment. She made her first amended complaint, which she already filed. We're going to talk about how to format a good complaint and some things that you guys maybe should consider when you're doing your complaints. The first is to use a good word processing software program. I use OpenOffice because it's free and it works fairly well. And so if you look at this complaint, there are some key things to keep in mind. Number one is you want your complaint to be well formatted and well structured, and the fonts that you use should stand out. In other words, just to let you know how the heading is on this, it's using a 14-point Arial font. It's double spaced throughout, and your heading should be clear and concise, which shows things in contrast, so you can easily see the things that you're looking for. And again, judges appreciate a well-formatted complaint that is easy to read. So this is what we are using is Arial 12 for the main body and 14 for the headings. Okay, and then here's your table of contents. You want to definitely put a table of contents in your complaint. The usual table of contents is your parties, jurisdiction and venue, introduction, factual allegations, and then causes of action that you're suing them for, and then at the end you have your conclusion and prayer for relief. And most complaints should be structured in this manner. You want it to be like this. And then you have your actual First Amendment complaint, your parties, and you can see that everything is double spaced, and you can see certain words are bolded. And again, this heading is also bolded. And then the legal description is all capitalized, so you can see it easily. Okay, and then you want to use page numbering on your complaints too. And all this stuff is fairly easy to do. As you can see throughout the complaint, everything is well formatted, and then the page numbers to the left. You have to number everything. Use short, plain sentences. Let's look at when the numbering starts here on the left. Okay, it's under parties. Number one is under parties. So you have to number each paragraph like so. The defendant, the plaintiff, jurisdiction, and everything should have short, plain sentences. You should not try to make your paragraph too large. Now the introduction is one number, as you can see, because we're just given an introduction, but the factual allegations have to be short, plain statements. Like number 8, it says plaintiff realleges and incorporates by reference the allegations set forth in paragraphs 1 through 7 as if fully stated herein. And you have to do that before you get into the actual factual allegations. And again, it's organized like this, so you can see the loan origination and transfer timeline is a subheading to your factual allegations. So you want to put in subheadings to get everything kind of organized, so that when the person's reading it, they're seeing what's going on, and it makes more sense this way. So your sentences for each paragraph should not be too long. As you can see, number 9 and number 10 and number 11 are different. You don't want to have all that together in one paragraph. Keep the sentences short and plain. Write it as if you're the third party, saying, like, say, at closing, plaintiff was informed, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to say at closing, I was informed. No, you don't write it like that. You write it like plaintiff, defendant, that kind of thing. And then your exhibits should be listed as well in your factual allegations. That's going to help you with your argument, and your factual allegations should tie into your causes of action and your exhibits showing the proof thereof. So as you can see, the exhibits A, exhibit B, and so forth. Okay, so the next thing we're going to kind of go over, besides, you know, the actual structure of your complaint, is what are some helpful things that you can use as well. Now, with OpenOffice, you can take a Word document and export it as a PDF file. And so most electronic files have to be in PDF format. Okay, so the next thing we're going to go over is Carrington's appeal brief and appendix that he submitted in state court because he appealed the final judgment. If you look, you'll see that it was returned for correction. He had his appendix in several different files, and it came back, oh, you got to fix this, you got to fix that. So let's take a look at what he filed and how he fixed it. This is his appeal brief, as you can see, and you can see his table of contents and page numbers are right here. And if you look, if you click on any of these table of contents, it takes you right there. These are called hyperlinks. So if you click on, for instance, no attached launch, there it is right there. Go back to table of contents. When you file electronically an appeal in New York, they require you to have hyperlinks and bookmarks. Now, if you look on the far right, you can see that it turns into a hand, so it takes you to that page number, for instance. So if you go to that, it takes you to page 11. And so that's something that a lot of people don't know how to do, but I can tell you this much, it's fairly easy to put hyperlinks in your stuff, and I can kind of show you real quick if that would be helpful for you. There is a program that I found online. Come on, get out of there. Okay. It's called SEJDA, Seja.com. It's a PDF editing tool. Okay, so let's take a look at a file that hasn't been edited yet, but you want to insert hyperlinks. Let's go over how to do that. Let's go to the table of contents here. Okay, so we're over here. You want to click where it says links. You see at the top, there's like a toolbar. Click on links, and then let's go over here, and then you put your page number, little box there, and it says link properties. You can link it to an external URL, email, phone number, or in this case, we want to do a page number. So we will put link to page number 3. There. Whoops, not 63. 3. Okay. And then you go over here where it says apply changes. And it will process it and apply the change. And as you can see, if you go back into it, let's see here, you click on back to editing, okay, and as you can see, it's there. If you look at it, it's now hyperlinked to page 3, and so you just go and do the same thing with the next one. Just see how you can draw a box around it. Link to page 4, and then save, apply changes. Your task is processing, documents ready. So you can download it at this point. Open file. Let's take a look at it. Okay, here it is. So you can do this with all your pages or whatever, but as you can see, it should now turn into the hyperlink, or the bookmark is there, and it is. So that's how you do that. I thought that would be good to know in case you are in that situation where you have to attach hyperlinks to your page numbers. And in this case, in Carrington's case, he had to do that, as you can see. and his appendix, which is all his exhibits. If we can look at that too real quick, this will be helpful. It's a very large file. It's like 483 pages, right? So he had to link up his exhibit cover pages, etc., to where it is. So if, like for instance, you click on the page number here, it'll take you to that page number 215. See, there it is, Exhibit D. So that's another thing that's useful for is very large files that you want to get to real quick. So anyway, I thought that was real helpful to know. So if you guys, it was this helpful for you guys, I hope so. If you have any questions or comments, you can send me an email. My email address is foreclosurehelp777@gmail.com. And so I hope everyone has a blessed day. Thanks for watching.